Good lord, y'all are quick on the draw tonight. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Eva, and goddamn your eyes. Good evening, Manic. Good evening, Ms. Roy. Good evening, Satellite. Good evening, Shadows and Arcane. And Two Hit. Hi, everybody. Happy Saturday. I hope you're doing well. I am doing fantastic. I'm doing lovely. I'm doing wonderfully. I mixed myself a bunch of very strong drinks tonight, so I'm already in really good shape for the evening. How's your day going? But look, Two Hit is on point tonight. Good evening. Yes, indeed. Good evening, Deep Thought. Good to see you. All right, time to catch up on chat. What the hell are y'all talking about? Convention's ridiculously successful. Congratulations, Manic. Glad to hear it. I'll give you something good to soften the blow. I'll request something decent. I'll let you play an okay-ish game. I guarantee this is better than Castlevania. Kicks, Quicks, Keeks, whatever the hell it's called. Did New Junk City or whatever it's called? We actually had a tie last night. I consented to calling last night a tie between Neo Junk City and Poke All Frogs. So our winners were Bassy Bunny, who picked Neo Junk City, and Nemrin, who picked Poke All Frogs. So congratulations to them and their newfound powers. Been a rough day. I've made extremely greasy food. Probably gonna play with Legos now. I mean, that sounds great. That sounds like an amazing evening. I actually have, I don't remember if I told you all this. I still have all the Legos that I collected as a kid. Just tubs and tubs and tubs of Legos out in this room out here. And I'm looking to get rid of them, honestly. My girls have outgrown them. They're not so much Lego people anymore. And I can't see any good reason to hang on to something that just takes up that much physical space that I'm not personally super invested in. So at some point, I'm gonna get rid of all these things. But I have a bunch of old sets, like from the 80s and 90s. A little more wild snakes to make me feel better. Fan-made decompilation PC port of Sonic Unleashed surprise dropped today and got that working. That's cool. Pretty cool. Bloodstained completed 99.6% of the map. Del side quest. Okay, so you did better than I did. I finished the main story in Bloodstained, but I didn't finish most of the extra bosses, and I definitely didn't round out the map, so that's impressive. I think Bloodstained is great. I think Bloodstained improves on the Castlevania, like the traditional Castlevania games in a lot of ways. But it's also like, I feel like figuring out what you need to do to round out the entire game, to find all the secrets? Ooh, I'm hunting secrets, chat. All the things you have to do to round out the secrets is a little more esoteric than the old Castlevania games used to get up to, so that might just be me though. Doing well, made dinner for friends and played the first case of Sherlock Holmes consulting detective with them. Nice. Tonight's playlist goes, it is, I'll link it for you. Why not? It's another one of the obscure, it's the Obscure SNES RPG List Volume 3. I just saw Castlevania Adventure and immediately knew he needed strong shit. As a fan of Link's Awakening, you play the Isle of Reveries demo. I actually downloaded a shitload of games today and only played a few of them. Let me recap for you. I currently have, in addition to the stuff that we played last night, I have 36 demos downloaded. I downloaded Anoxia Station, Centum, Creepy Redneck Dinosaur Mansion 3, Deliver at All Costs, Do No Harm, Drop Duchy, Gal Guardians, He Is Coming, Isle of Reveries, Jitter, The King Is Watching, Labyrinth of the Demon King, Microvania, Neon Garden, Nice Day for Fishing, Outworld Station, Promise Mascot Agency, Repose, and Windward Horizon. And God knows I'm not gonna get to all of them, but yeah, I did play a few tonight. I played Gal Guardians for a while. I actually really like that one. Gal Guardians gameplay mystery is a bit clumsy in the player control. I disagree. I thought that one was nice and tight, and I was having a real good time with it, but to each their own, of course. I did give Splintered a shot, and I didn't like it. I was honestly disappointed by Splintered. Like, I knew that Splintered was gonna be heavily inspired by Dragon Quest. I didn't realize it was just gonna be Dragon Quest. And, like, poorly balanced at that. Good evening, Fury Fighter. Good to see you. We're able to get to Demon Tide. No, we didn't do Demon Tide last night. Spin-off series to Gal Gun. What the hell? Oh, man. Which one's Adventure? Is that the one with Sonya? Oh, are you talking about Castlevania Adventure? It's the one with, I think the main character of Adventure is, Christopher Belmont? It doesn't matter because the game sucks. See my question about the Anno series? I didn't. What was your question about the Anno series, Deep Thought? Speaking of which, I finally picked up Anno 1800 today. I bothered to take a look at the Ubisoft sale, and Anno 1800 is like $6. It's finally cheap enough for me to actually dig into. And I'm very happy about that. So I'm probably, if I don't start Anno 1800 this weekend, I probably will during the week next week. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I love the Anno games with the unique condition that I tend to like the future ones a lot better than the historical ones. I love 2070, and it took me a while, but I came around on 2250, and I really like it. I've tried playing 1440, and I can't seem to click with it. So I'm hoping 1800 treats me better. They're all on sale. Which one should I give? I never played one. I'm the wrong person to ask, because I run counter to what the average Anno fan will tell you. The average Anno fan will tell you to play 1440. They will tell you that one is the best. It's a nice cross-section of classic Anno and modern design sensibilities. I love the future ones, though. I think 2070 is the best. I think 2070 just nails it in its combination of modernized game mechanics and also tone and aesthetic. I love the hell out of that game. 2250 is not like any of the other Annos. You're basically, like, all the other Anno games are broken down like missions, scenarios. You play a specific map, and you play that map until you've accomplished all the goals, and then you move on to another map. 2250 is totally different. You play all the maps at once. You're basically managing an interstellar conglomerate in 2250. And it didn't click with me at first because there's some really, there's some non-intuitive ways you have to kind of massage your economy to progress. But once I did figure it out, I loved it. It's outside of that, it's honestly easier to get into than the other Annos because it has a much more streamlined production chain system. The Annos are not 4Xs. The Annos are city builders with an emphasis on production chains and trading. The city building aspect is only complex insofar as designing your production chains. Building production buildings near each other, working out transit lanes between different islands, moving goods around, and making sure that everything is being produced in proportion. And that's all in service of your population, which just lives in generic residences. So 2250 streamlines it more than the other Annos. There's not quite as much logistics to it. So if you're concerned, if you've never played a logistics heavy game, like if you never played, you know, Banished or Settlers or more modern ones like Farthest Frontier or Foundation, 2250 honestly might be the best one to get into because the logistics are so simple in it. But it's also not very representative of the Anno series as a whole. If you want to get the authentic Anno experience, I can personally attest to 2070 being really good if you're okay with the future theme. And the rest of the Anno community will tell you to play 1440, which I don't think is a bad suggestion. It just didn't click with me. Probably because I started with 2070 and like the Anno series just feels right when it's in the future and not the past for me. But I'm hoping 1800 changes that. And I did see today that the next Anno game is going to be 117. They're going to do a Roman-themed Anno game, and I will be all the fuck over that. I am so excited for that. Perhaps I have to get a couple after all. I'm sorry, Deep Thought. I wish I had a clearer, easier answer for you, but the Anno series is kind of complicated. Not just in gameplay, but just in figuring out what you want to do with it. Splintered seems like it's trying to be a standalone version of Dragon Quest I's randomizer. I think so. And I would have liked to have gotten far enough in it to actually see the randomization at play, because apparently every time you beat the final boss in it, you actually go back and he re-randomizes the world, and the narrative actually takes place over several playthroughs. But I just don't like the way it plays. It is very traditional Dragon Quest with some modern UX stuff. Like, you don't have to go through menus just to talk to people or use stairs or anything. But the progression balance, I really don't like it. It feels really rough to me. Put in your dating profile, Anno, it's complicated. Me wisely play Dwarf Fortress someday. UX is user experience. Basically, like, quality of life stuff. It's an entire field in game and software design now. For whatever reason, I've had the strangest itch to go back and play Caesar 3. Never finished as a kid, so I don't have to fight off the urge to do that as well. I've always wanted to spend more time in Caesar 3, and I also wanted to pick up, I think it's Pharaoh? I can't remember if it's Pharaoh or Cleopatra, which is the Egyptian-themed one like that. Caesar 3 is the only one of those city builders I played that has the little, like, agent system where coverage of services is determined by actual little people walking around your city. And I loved Caesar. Man, I had the most amazing Christmas that year. Whatever year it was that Caesar 3 came out, my parents got me Half-Life and Caesar 3 for Christmas. And I think a Super Nintendo game or two at the same time. And man, I was just in gaming nirvana off of that. I could shoot aliens, I could build cool ass Roman cities, I could do it all. I was living large. Saw Caesar and thought y'all were talking about the casino. That was your intro to city builders as a kid? I mean, it's a pretty decent one. It's kind of a shame that style didn't super take off. There was an indie game years ago that cribbed the agent system. It's called Nebuchadnezzar, and it's about building Mesopotamian civilizations, right? Am I right about that? I think I am. But with that same sort of system, and I actually streamed it one night and I played a little bit. It's more technical than the Caesar games ever got, though. It was tough for me to stick with. Time to Nebuchadnezzar. Looking at it, I'd probably just stick with the 3 randomizer. The job system has a ton of replayability. Yeah, job systems seem to dovetail really nicely with randomizers. You know, people get a ton of mileage out of Final Fantasy V and the whole 4-job Fiesta thing every year. But yeah, when you're randomizing not just your destinations and the enemies you face, but like the very nature of your characters themselves, like that really plays to the strengths of a randomizer. Can you tell I've had a lot to drink tonight? If I'm in a good mood and I'm like 3 heavy drinks in, I find it a lot easier to just stream of consciousness. I find myself, yeah, Eva, hell yeah. Really let the floodgates go. Is my face red? It might just be the lights. This page we're on. Let's see where this goes. Well, at some point I'm gonna have to play Castlevania Adventure, and that's gonna kill my buzz. Aaron says, depending on what the seed is like, you have the near infinite possibilities of how your team is set up to. Celebrating escape in February and almost getting into 1995. I'm just celebrating being here. I'm celebrating it being the weekend and not having to worry about all the shit that I'm gonna have to take care of next week. So. Play the adventure ROM hack where Simon moves faster. But that defeats the that is the quintessential Castlevania adventure experience. I don't even hate that he's slow. I just hate the rest of the game. Like, you can absolutely make a solid game out of a slow, clunky platforming protagonist. The original Castlevanias did just fine with that. It's just Castlevania Adventure is a singularly wretched game. The levels are just designed to piss you off as much as possible. Next week you have to save the whole world from ruin. I know, and I'm so excited too. I cannot wait to get back to Final Fantasy VI. Low-key, I kind of wish I had an excuse to just play Final Fantasy VI tonight, but I don't. I will not shirk my responsibilities, chat. I understand I have a duty to you and the magazine to see it through. So don't you worry about that. Pharaoh Wizard gave you, kid you a special interest in ancient Egypt. Also, why you love Egypt as a video game setting in this act. I think I gained a love of ancient Egypt from a combination of like kids like visual educational books about it, and also that one page in one of the Where's Waldo books where he's like hiding amongst the pyramids being constructed. I thought that was super cool. Is Nice Day for Fishing the one where the heroes all disappear? Linked a couple fishing games. Playing a Lovecraftian and RPG fishing game. Oh, I didn't realize it was Lovecraftian. Interesting. The duty is self-imposed, can be changed at any time. Good evening, Naren. Castlevania 1 feels like a game with the levels designed around your awkward movement. Adventure feels like a game with the levels designed around inflicting pain. Totally agree. 100% agree. The NES Castlevanias feel like they were made for the mechanics. And Castlevania Adventure feels like it was just hacked together by people that were told to imitate Castlevania without fully understanding what they were doing. Has the Mario RPG style time blocking? Oh, really? Interesting. I'm looking forward to trying that one. I'm hoping I have time tomorrow to just blast through a lot of these demos. I don't need a lot to be hooked on a game. And some of the demos I've played, it's been, you know, I played them for like 5 or 10 minutes and been like, yep, this ain't for me. But yeah. Castlevania Adventure was the game I got with my Game Boy as a kid. Me too. Me too. Man, I got it was actually the third game I got. Because when my parents got me a Game Boy, they realized it came with Tetris and not Mario, and they knew how much I liked Mario. So when they got me a Game Boy, they went ahead and got me Super Mario Land to go with it. So I was able to start with 2 games out the gate, which was awesome. And then pretty soon after I got my Game Boy, my mom and I went down to Florida to visit my grandfather. And my mom, bless her heart, she took me to a Toys R Us in Tampa to get me a new Game Boy game to keep me occupied during the trip, during the more boring parts of the trip. And we got Castlevania Adventure. And you know, like, it is honestly shocking that I love the Castlevania series as much as I do, because Castlevania Adventure was my first Castlevania. I had that before. Castlevania Adventure was my first Castlevania. It was my introduction to the series. And by the grace of God, I was able to push past that and pick up Super Castlevania 4, and from that grow a genuine love for the series. But man, I was almost very easily put off of it. Top demos right now are Isle of Reveries and Microvania. I really want to play both of those. I'm waiting until I have some more time to crack into this. I actually haven't had that much time to play stuff today, chat. There's been a lot of stuff going on. We got a piano delivered from Japan. My wife had her piano that she grew up with transported across the Pacific Ocean, and she had it sent off back in like October, and it reached us today. But it's totally worth it. It is a beautiful, beautiful instrument. They kept it in absolute tip-top shape, and now we have it's in perfect condition. It is gorgeous. It looks like it was delivered brand new. You would never guess it's like 40 years old. It's an actual piano. It is not digital. It's like, it has no electronic parts. It's a traditional piano. It's upright. Yeah. As awesome as it would be to have a grand, it's an upright, but it's a very nice upright. First Castlevania's 1 on Virtual Console. I mean, that's a very solid place to start. I think Castlevania 1's a solid game, especially once you realize what's busted and what's not. 3 was your first one. 3 is a rough one to start with. It's a really good game, but it's also a really brutal game, at least the Western release of it. Shipping instruments can be perilous, especially larger stuff like pianos. So my wife contracted with an actual, like, piano shipping company. Like, this is a thing. Like, this company specifically deals in taking pianos from Japan and shipping them to the United States. Like, there is a specific market in this. So they were able to do it for us for, I'm trying to remember how much she said it was. Like $1,800 to ship an upright piano across the ocean in pristine condition. I mean, way cheaper than it would have been to buy a comparable piano here in the States. And we have the benefit. I know, right? Actually sounds cheap, doesn't it? And like, they cleaned it up for us. They're actually gonna have a specialist come out on Tuesday and tune it for us. So yeah, it was great. While there's enough business in that alone to make it viable, I know, it's crazy. Like, the guys that delivered it today, their truck specifically said piano deliveries. They only deliver pianos. And I mean, let me just say, shout out to those dudes. They were top of class in piano deliveries. You could tell that this was their speciality, because they had it down to a science. They handled this thing just perfectly. Sad lady giving your grandmother's old piano last year, no room. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. We are extremely fortunate that we have a house big enough to accommodate a piano. Especially, you know, since it's the one my wife grew up with. It's really, really cool. Favorite Classicvanias are through a tie between Bloodlines, Rondo, and Super. Whichever one I prefer sort of depends on my mood. Right now it's Bloodlines. Mine is always gonna be Super Castlevania 4. I don't think anything will be able to eclipse that. It's such a perfect, immaculate vibe. Good evening, Chaos. Good to see you. Sorry I didn't give you a proper greeting sooner. I'm in a real rambly mood tonight. I'm in a very good mood, and I've had a bunch of really strong drinks. Good evening, Justin Brett. Good evening, La Retro Spiso. I brought Broken Reality specifically because it was what I saw during the stream. I love Broken Reality. Broken Reality is really good. I feel kind of bad I never finished it. I got at least halfway through it, but it was really, really good. If you only do one thing, you better be damn good at. Didn't hear how much it cost. You must have been at least 10 bucks. I think it was about $1,800. $1,800 to ship an upright piano across the Pacific Ocean. Were they delivery folks from Japan, or they have a stateside branch? Yeah, they have a stateside. Yeah, Oddish is absolutely drunk again. Yes, and extremely happy about it. Have anyone played Dracula X Chronicles on PSP? Is reimagining a Rondo with some new levels and secrets? No, I haven't. I have never played a PSP game in my life, as far as I know. Jiggy dinged on shipping at all? Not at all. Not in the least. The price that they quoted my wife back in Japan in October is exactly the price we ended up paying. Exactly the price we ended up paying. Yeah, not customs. I mean, I assume because this is the company's extremes, like, speciality, that when they quote you a price, they know exactly like what's going to be involved. And I suppose if anything, I would assume if anything unexpected happens, they might eat that cost, because you're already paying thousands of bucks to transport something. So say Dracula X is worth trying. PSP emulation is top tier with okay, so help me out here, 2-Hit. Because I have Dracula X on Super NES, and that game is unmitigated dog shit. So anytime I hear Dracula X, I kind of naturally clench up. Reassure me that it's a different thing from the one. I don't know what you just said, but my cat perked up. It's very different. Okay, good. Thank you. Good stuff on PSP. Best way to play Brandish. Hey, I just had a thought. Let me check something real quick. Let me see. Hang on. Checking, looking, seeing. Wanna see a thing. Oh my god. Since we're talking about the PSP, the first, and I've never played a PSP game in my life. First thought that popped in my mind was PSP Odyssey. We could totally do that after we're done with the Master System. Except for the fact that there are 1,370 games released for the PSP during its 10-year lifespan. That would be an odyssey beyond all other odysseys. Atari Jaguar Odyssey. I mean, that'd be a short one. We'd be done with that real fast. How many are pachinko? Not enough. PSP Dracula X is just 2.5D Rondo with like one level redone. Based on the PC Engine version, which is the good version. Okay, gotcha. Actual real Rondo, for example, is famously very low on real bottom spins. I know. Oh, I've streamed Rondo Blood on this channel. Years and years ago, one of our channel regulars at the time was adamant that I play Rondo, and they actually got me an entire emulation package for it, and we did it one night, and it was solid. I mean, it was quite good. But yeah, ask your Dr. Frankenstein if Dracula X is right for you. I personally value PSP Dracula X highly, given actual beautiful 2D Rondo Blood, but your mileage may vary. Be better to do PSP wheel nights. Okay, gotcha. Side question, we're allowed to make requests on this page. Oh yes, yeah, requests are open. Some requests have already been made. What do we got? Some asshole requested Castlevania Adventure. Some significantly better person requested Firepower 2000. We also got Wild Snakes. I think those were the main ones. I think that's all that's been requested so far. Don't worry, there's like an order of magnitude fewer that are both good and released in English. DuckTales, the Transylvania stage. Oh, yeah, on Game Boy. PSP has DJ Max, totally obsolete given DJ Max respect exists, but historical value. One of your favorite Vita games is Demon's Gaze. Horny as fuck. I ain't against that. I'm down for that. This is pretty easy to set up. You don't need like a BIOS or any of that shit. Okay, that's cool. I don't suppose you can do it through RetroArch, can you? Because anything I can do through RetroArch is like just piss easy. Learn the hard way that Demon's Gaze is not for streaming. Oh, it's that horny, huh? Oh yeah, Kix was requested too. My bad. Think RetroArch has a PS specific core. I can actually check right. Why am I asking you, chat? I have it right here, and I'm gonna need it for Game Boy games anyway. Let's see here. Give me that core list. Demon's Gaze is not literally porn horny, but it's very horny. Yep, there it is. PPSSPP. I'm gonna install it right now. I have installed it, chat. I have laid the basic groundwork for nights. See, this is the thing. You gotta pick your battles. You gotta search for an opening. You need to wait for a night where I am in a really good mood and drunk. And I will do not anything you say, but I am very susceptible to suggestion. So you may have just laid the foundations for a wheel sometime in March. That's most nights. You still gotta look for those opportunities, okay? It's not every night. Some nights I'm more pliable than others. Last night, I don't know if y'all noticed, last night I was... There were some things in the back of my head that were bothering me, and I wasn't quite as open as I am tonight. Honest question, wouldn't Sober Oddish rethink all this and shoot it down? Yeah, but he's an asshole. I don't care what he thinks. Better to just lock it in right now and make him deal with it later. PSP also has the best version of Street Fighter Alpha 3 because there's a ton of single-player bells and whistles. Does RetroArch have Satellaview emulation? Broadcast system. An interesting question. What was the company that made the Satellaview? Because they tend to sort their cores by the company. Like it's not under, oh, that's interesting. They do have support for RPG Maker and ScumVM. Let's do a Wheel of Oddish's credit card number, wacky security code. Wait, Satellaview is Nintendo? If it is, it's not sorted as such. Satellaview is an SNES add-on. Huh. Then they probably wouldn't have a discrete emulator for that. There'd probably be an SNES emulator that has that baked in. Basically like an internet connection and ROM download service. Satellaview ROMs are just SNES ROMs? Okay. I mean, I can do a little more research on this, but yeah. There is a Jaguar emulator, by the way, in RetroArch. That is a super boring name, the Virtual Jaguar, but it's there. It does exist. Just, you know, FYI. There's a lot of options for Commodore emulation. That's cool. I want to stream Commodore 64 games for y'all sometime. There were some genuinely interesting ones on there. Satellaview hybrid of SNES and Radio Play. Play timed episodes, unique SNES games, and Radio Play. Happen the two it interact. Huh. Only thing I might be missing would be the clock portion. I see. Okay. It's all pretty interesting though. Anyway, chat. I may be drunk, but I have the wherewithal to realize that we are 40 minutes into the stream, and I would like to make some progress in this magazine. At this point, I hold no illusions of finishing the magazine tonight, but we can forge ahead. And if nothing else, we can play these games that y'all have requested. What would you call it? Jaguar emulator? Meow Mew? Little Roar. So anyway, let me talk about this. I mean, there's not much schedule to talk about, really. Tonight's the Power Hours. Tomorrow is nothing because I don't stream on Sundays. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week are going to be Final Fantasy VI. We are into the world of Ruin, reassembling the party. We got some big stuff to do. We got some big storylines to wrap up. Power Hours will continue Thursday and Saturday of next week, as they always do. Next Friday, I am thinking I am going to do some itch.io bundle games, because I did just pick up the bundle for California Wildfire Relief, and there's some cool looking games in there. I haven't decided if I'm gonna allow y'all to request stuff out of there or if I'm just gonna build a slate myself of stuff that I'm interested in trying. So I will have more information for you on that front on Monday. But that's pretty much all I got as far as schedule goes. It's all gonna be pretty straightforward for a while. At least until we're done with Final Fantasy VI. After that, we'll just have to see what's happening, so. And with that, welcome back to December of 1994, chat. A kinder, simpler time. And the Power Players Challenge, straight out of Nintendo Power. I mean, we've been sitting on this page for almost 45 minutes now, so you could see what games they were talking about this month, but just to run through it once more. Their challenges for the month were on Firepower 2000, Wild Snake, Pocky and Rocky 2, NBA Live 95, Aerobiz Supersonic, Super Bomberman 2, and the one with an actual monetary reward was Super Punch-Out. If you got a record in that, you would win $4 whole in credit for Nintendo Power gear and such, which wasn't nothing. I got at least one strategy guide using Super Power stamps, which was really nice. And then their Power Player records from previous months: Ken Griffey Jr., Castlevania Adventure, DuckTales, Galaga, 7th Saga, Bugs Bunny, Rabbit Rampage, Duck Hunt, and Keeks. I don't know. I don't know how you say it, frankly. But we're gonna get into it. We're gonna jump straight into some gaming. 45 minutes straight. I thought today was Sunday for some reason. You know, I did too earlier today. My younger daughter went to a birthday party at a cheerleading gym, and the meal they had was from Chick-fil-A, and I was like, "How did you get Chick-fil-A today? It's Sunday." My daughter's like, "No, it's Saturday," and I'm like, "Oh, I'm a giant idiot. Sorry about that." I'm sorry, child. Okay, we gotta play some garbage. Yeah, the Chick-fil-A should have been the clue. And my idiot mind just did not think in that direction. So, it's an easy way to tell if it's Sunday or not. Is Oddish streaming? Because of course, Oddish never streams on Sunday. Ever. For any reason at all. Ever, ever, ever. Ever, 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 ever. Fortunately, I've never gotten the day wrong in my entire life. If only we could all be so on top of it as you. Let's play Castlevania Adventure and suffer together, chat. But we can at least vibe out to this incredible soundtrack. I could leave and let you suffer alone, but I'm not that cruel, and thank you for that. I appreciate it. I do need moral support when I play Castlevania Adventure now. Because it does have a withering, erosive effect on my soul. Play this way more than deserve because it's a Castlevania game on my Game Boy. Yeah, this, like I said, this was the third Game Boy game I ever had, and I did put enough time into it to eventually get to Dracula. But I've never beaten it, because Dracula is a giant piece of shit in this game. As he is in many Castlevania games, but a particularly big piece of shit in this one. Oh, Christ almighty, Undeep alert! I'm in a band, we do covers of Stone Sour, Stone Temple Pilots, and Rolling Stones. We're a rock band. That's bad, wow. That one is not worth the trouble. But it's good to see you nevertheless, buddy. This or Dracula X, which is what this one. Dracula X is bad, but it's not necessarily miserable to play. At least not until you get really, really late into it. This one is just, like, right from the outset, I mean, you can tell, it is so slow. It is so agonizingly slow. Like, this game is such a struggle to get through. Also missing some of the absolutely quintessential Castlevania elements, like sub-weapons. There are no sub-weapons in this game. At all. Period. Like, that sucks. If I'm gonna be playing a Castlevania game, you better at least give me a fucking knife to huck at people. There are no Dom weapons either, no. They just completely abdicated the responsibility on this. Yeah, there's no stairs. It's all just awful, awful ropes you have to climb. And man, they are dicks about those ropes in some of the later stages too. Which one of the Symphony-like Castlevanias is a really hard Dracula fight, but the rest of the game was kind of easy? Portrait of Ruin? Sounds like it would fit that bill. Portrait's a pretty straightforward game, but I remember the final battle being pretty harrowing. Yes, you lose your whip upgrades on damage in this. Which, I mean, the fireball is kind of whatever. Most of the bosses are immune to the fireball anyway. But if you go from the chain whip back down to the leather whip, it really sucks. Because it's basically half damage. Oh god. Doing collapsing platforms like that in such a slow game is really awful. Ghosts and Goblins ass Castlevania. There's a trick to getting across these platforms. Don't jump until Christopher's legs cross. Assuming you're keeping pace. When you see his legs... Oh man, I did too early even then. Yeah, the jumps in this can be extremely tight. Actually, in the next level, you can soft lock yourself because the jumps in it. Oh yeah, and in a weird reversal, you actually have to collect an orb to summon the boss. That guy will fuck you up if you don't have the fully upgraded whip. He's immune to the fireballs, but the chain whip is long enough that you can hit him outside of his effective range. If you get hit and go down to the leather whip that you start with, he outranges you, and it's just fucking awful. Because you're also not fast enough to get away from him when he attacks. So right here is why it fucking sucks that there are no sub-weapons in this game. Because enemies will absolutely start approaching from above, and there is not a goddamn thing you can do about it. The bats are random, by the way. They're patterns, at least. Also, can we talk about the levels in this game, too? Like, level 1 is basically like a whole graveyard motif. Level 2 is like a really shitty cave. And then level 3 is like a less shitty cave. And then level 4 is the final level. And it's like a decent enough castle. God damn it. But like the entire middle 50% of the game kinda sucks. God, man. The hit detection in this game is real mean, too. Like, Christopher's hitbox is way bigger than it looks. Oh, God, I'm dead. The whip doesn't help. The whip delay seems extra long in this game. It's just super slow like everything else. Everything in this game takes way longer than it should. Am I gonna miss that crystal because of him? Okay. Fuck you, man. There was literally nothing I could do there. No way to avoid that bat. You have to read between the protruding rage veins. Interestingly, in the sequel, those snakehead enemies are one of the few enemies that'll actually degrade your whip level like that. Oh, that's an interesting callback. Interesting and unnecessary. Fuck off, man. This fucking game, I swear. Is there any walled delicious breakfast cereal in this game? No. You do not, because there are no sub-weapons in this game, you do not restore health with food, you restore health with hearts. Which I could have shown you right there, but I was standing on it. Christopher is such a flaccid name for Belmont. Do you know what his son's name is called? The dude that you have to rescue in the second game? I hope you do, because I can't pronounce it. Okay, here. You can actually soft lock yourself here, and I'll show you how. These eyeballs explode when you kill them, and they oh, fuck me. Nothing I could have done there. If you destroy 2 of those eyeballs in a row, they'll blow a hole big enough that you can't jump over. Because you can just barely jump the hole that they do blow open. Yeah, his son is Soleil. Yeah. So yeah, in Castlevania Adventure 2 Belmont's Revenge, you have to rescue your son Soleil from Dracula. Ugh, okay. Tragedy Belmont. Tragedy. I guess I really should just be jumping these guys. Because you can jump them. It's safer that way. Oh, unless that happens. Fuck me, I guess. There's actually a secret room somewhere in there. If you explode the eyes in a specific spot, it opens up a spot in the floor where you get to a secret area. Oh my god. I never get that one up. Christopher is one of those insane parents that names their kids with neon names. God damn it! Dude, these bats are total assholes. Blanket Belmont. Oh god, it's one of those. It's one of those where you gotta pick the right way to go, or you eat shit. Ninja Gaiden ass Castlevania. By the way, I feel the need to mention the Castlevania Adventure Challenge was for the highest score this month. I currently have 11,000 points. The Nintendo Power record holder for highest score has 3 million. 3 million. This was a launch title, yes. Oh, fuck off. Stupid goddamn eyeballs. Curious if Kid blatantly cheated because this only increases in increments of 10. I mean, we do know that Nintendo Power didn't exactly vet for cheaters, because for their SimCity, oh god damn it, for their SimCity challenges, they had some people reaching megalopolises in like 9 months. Are you going back the way you came? No, that's not a thing in this game. Oh my god, it is. Holy shit, it actually is. I legit didn't know you could do that. That's unbelievable. Well, great. You replay letters in order to raise the score? No. So my assumption is... Oh, God. Amazing didn't quit after that. I'm kind of enthralled by like the new dimension of terrible this game is exploring. Like, I genuinely didn't realize you could accidentally double back in this level. Would have been better off if he did. So I guess maybe you should go this way? Oh yeah, I think this is the way you're supposed to go. Okay, not that way. The timer runs hella fast, is the only part of the game that does. I mean, we must be going the right way now because it's not like you can double back. Could never get past the spike while chasing you, Gauntlet. That was a huge roadblock for me as a kid. It took me a long time to understand how to get past that. If only every single sprite in this game was a timer. Ah, boss time. Oh, god damn it. Oh, that was really bad. So this is probably one of the shittiest bosses in the entire Castlevania series, because it's just dudes that jump out of 4 different holes, and you just position yourself so you can one-shot them. Like, that's it. Obviously easier if you have an upgraded whip, but yeah. And that guy killed me somehow. Oh, what the fuck? I thought normally those guys took 4 hits. That guy took 5 for some reason. Killed by wall frog. If I get, oh, perfect, okay. I did get down here with an upgraded whip, which means I can stand further back from where they land. How does the game put you back at the beginning of the stage? It's such a boring boss. Like, this has to be one of the most boring bosses the Castlevania series has ever had. Just weird little dudes coming out of their holes. And it's not even necessarily one dude per pip. Sometimes it's one dude per pip, sometimes it's 2. There's supposed to be another boss in the room, the frogs or something you have to deal with on top of the boss. If the game was at all faster, if it was more responsive in any way, I could believe that, but not this game, man. Just fucking not this game. Okay, I actually forgot about this level. This level sucks. This is the moving spike hell level. Kinda neat that it has a whole bunch of moving parts to it, but also for a game that's as slow and unresponsive as this one, it sucks. You said this level sucks to every level in this? Yeah, wonder why that could be. Mode 1 graphics. You cannot stop for these candles. You will die. They are traps. They are absolutely 100% traps. Now, once again though, the music here slaps. If Castlevania Adventure has one thing and one thing only going for it, it's the music. All right, we need to leave. Okay, I don't remember this part at all, so I'm probably gonna fuck it up pretty bad. Just warning you in advance. Because as slow and unresponsive as this game is, there's just not a lot you can do here. And if you're not 100% on point, you're gonna die! Oh, God. Yeah! Is that a croissant? You know what? Yeah. It's a croissant. Yeah! Oh, God. You have to jump off of there at the exact right time, like right at the edge, or you are not going to make it. If you try to give yourself a little bit of buffer, you will not have time to walk over to the next rope. Straight up. I also don't think it's possible to get up there fast enough to beat that guy to the edge. Also, yeah, these guys. Oh no! Oh no! 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 Okay. I'm probably already dead. I'm probably so far behind the curve at this point that I'm already like dead man walking. Ah, fuck. That's probably my ass. Oh God, that's definitely my ass. Yeah. Yeah, I got stuck on this stage. When I would play this as a kid, this was basically where I got stuck. I beat it a few times. And one time when I made it past this, I made it to Dracula. This is as far as I got. Yeah, this is terrible. This is in a game full of fucking terrible stages, this is probably the worst. Because you're just not designed for it. Like, your character just doesn't move fast enough. They're not responsive enough for this kind of platforming. It doesn't work. But the ROM hack I mentioned, this level makes you make mistakes. And yeah, I imagine that'd be just so much better. So that you don't have to do this like fucking frame perfect. Yeah! Okay, that's enough. That is enough of that. Christopher could just stand here and die for all I care. Game with actual platforming controls, I can see being a fun idea that moving through glue molasses in this game, yeah. Is there Metroidvania? This would be an item check to make sure you had unlocked the light jog ability. Oh my God. All right. First game of the night done. I spent entirely too long in that. Oh, shit. Our next game is also a Game Boy game. Let me crack that back open then. Actually, you know what? I'll go ahead and do all the Game Boy games in a stretch here. What a terrible night to have an adventure. Could not agree more. Who would do that? Who would inflict that upon us, chat? Oh God, I didn't mean to do that. I meant to do that. All right, Taito. Me. I would do it. Terrible night to have fingers capable of pressing buttons. Wow, I'm gonna level with you. I had forgotten what a terrible version of this game this was. Oh, I died. Like, this is basically the Castlevania adventure version of this game concept. It's really bad, and I'm gonna die. Actually, yeah, I'm gonna die. I don't know what I'm seeing here. It's that, like, what is this game archetype called? Where you basically have a big open field, and you're trying to, like, enclose sections of it for points. And there's like a thing trying to kill you while you do it. Like, I fucking hate the enemy in this because it's just a bunch of, it's a bunch of lines. I've only heard Kix likes. Let's go. Whoa, why am I fast now? That was kind of insane. What the hell was going on there? Why am I fast now? I'm not holding anything down. I'm right hand to God. I am doing nothing different from what I did before. Yeah, the B button does nothing. Tapping it, holding it, doesn't change a damn thing. This is so weird. I don't understand why this game is playable now. Gals Panic is probably the most successful in this genre. It's because it had pictures of girls on cover. Whoa, okay. Guess I'll die. Oh, that guy's just gonna hang it. Yeah, okay. I guess the game has decided it's done with me. I hate the way the antagonistic force moves in this one. It's so hard to predict. Yeah, cool. Thanks, man. Awesome. Game over. Love it. All right. That was Kix. It sucks. Damn it. I'm not turning pages here. Get the fuck over it. I forgot this is bad Kix on top of Kix being a little questionable to begin with. That's okay. I mean, other people are just straight up malicious when they request things off of these pages, so you're doing a bit better than that. Full disclosure, I thought this was the DuckTales for NES. I don't know if there's still a Transylvania level. Oh, there's definitely a Transylvania level, and we're gonna see. We're gonna see how the music is in it. Transylvania. They're trying, chat. Yeah, they're trying. Landing effects eats up the music. Yeah. I remember that being a problem with Game Boy DuckTales, is like the music is actually solid, but if you do anything, if you do anything, the sound channels get fucked up. Thanks, Uncle Scrooge. Guess what? This house has an illusion wall. Can I go down here? Is this death? I can go down here. Biggest crime is the moon stage. Well, we'll obviously have to do that next. Brrr. What's wrong with Huey's face? I don't know if you people like this music over the moon stage of the NES version. Oh, the Transylvania theme? Transylvania theme is solid. Like, I won't give you any grief over that. Don't get me wrong, moon music is awesome. I personally like this more. I thought this theme was like pleasantly menacing. Oh fuck. Oh god damn it. Jesus Christ. Okay. If you're making a platformer, I'm just gonna say it shouldn't be one of the mechanics of the game that you have to leave the play area to progress. Okay? What the fuck was that? Oh no, that's right, we already did that. Okay, you have to jump out of this thing. You can't jump out of it! You cannot jump out of it. Nice. You can't jump out of the cart, chat. You just die. Here, let's hear the moon music real quick to compare and contrast. the things that helps DuckTales 1 persist is growing up with it. Is knowing all of its little quirks and such. DuckTales 2 doesn't have that advantage because fucking nobody played it. It came out at a really odd time in the system's lifespan and they just didn't print that many copies of it. So there weren't that many copies in circulation. I'm pretty sure if I'd grown up with DuckTales 2, I'd probably love it just as much as DuckTales 1. But yeah. It just suffers from a general lack of familiarity that this game can very much benefit from. Curious played the remaster? No. Remaster was way forward, right? Yeah, not trying to step on any toes here. I'm not the biggest fan of WayForward's games. They all feel really insubstantial to me. Like, all of their games feel really, like, really loose and floaty. I think it's the second mirror. I think that was right. Yes, it was. Hot damn. They really like the Shantae games. Ah! Boom! I like most of the stuff I play, but then there's a few I dislike. The DS Aliens Metroidvania is legit cool. Yeah, they made a DS Aliens Metroidvania. What's that character's name? Magica Dispel. A witch lady who is obsessed with stealing Scrooge's lucky dime because she believed it to have immense magical powers. Okay, that's actually all I wanted to do. I just wanted to play the Transylvania level for y'all. Played by Catherine Tate. Magica is amazing in the reboot. What they do with Magica's character is so fucking cool in the reboot. All right, that's that. All right, time for some firepower. Yeah, everything is super cool in the reboot. I was like, look, I'm gonna level with you. I wasn't even gonna watch it. Like, it wasn't even on my radar. And then we got Disney Plus, and my daughter was just kind of going through everything. She was just trying every show on there, and she landed on DuckTales and started watching that. And I started watching with her, and I was like, holy shit, this is amazing. Like, the conclusion that series builds to is fucking unbelievable. Like, it starts out perfectly solid. Like, just a kind of reinvention of the old DuckTales series, like different approaches to the different characters and stuff, but they're doing little episodic things. And then more and more they start leaning into like the longer storylines and deeper lore and stuff. And by the time they get to the end of the story they're telling, like, they've tied everything together, and it's just immensely cool. I've never seen Moon Girl or Owl House. I can definitely attest to Gravity Falls. I can also attest to Amphibia being super good. Amphibia is another really amazing show. But you know what? Straight up Gravity Falls might be my favorite cartoon of all time. Like, it tops, like, it's just, it does so much. It does so much, and it's so good. I don't care what the plot is. I want to explode things. Actually waiting for Has-Been Hotel Season 1. Okay, apparently I'm the buggy. Okay, what is the lock button? Okay. So in Firepower 2000, you can play as the buggy or the helicopter. And they both have significant advantages and disadvantages. The buggy's advantage is that it has a turret that can be rotated independent of its body. So you can be moving forward and shooting backwards. But it is beholden to whatever is going on the ground. So if there's big gaps in the land, if there's like a river that you can only cross with if there's a river you can only cross via bridge, then the buggy has to adhere to that. Helicopter doesn't have to worry about anything going on the ground, but can only shoot forwards. Pretty big difference. And I just exploded. Nice. Oh, okay, that's crazy. Yeah, case in point, I could only go across on those bridges there. Disney Adventures magazine actually did a crossover of the Disney afternoon cartoons and comics at one point in the 90s via story that threads through them sequentially. I actually had Disney Adventures. Disney Adventures was a super cool magazine. They would do like oh fuck. Okay. God damn it. They would do big serialized stories that would run over several months. I remember I had one that was absolutely insane. It was Mickey and Friends went to space because they got they got a distress call from somebody, and Pete had teamed up with a bunch of evil aliens to like extract some kind of like super fuel or something from an alien planet, and as a matter of course was subjugating the aliens of that planet. So Mickey had to go and like lead the resistance against Pete and the other aliens. It was nuts, and I loved it. If you like Gravity Falls, you're familiar with Dandadan. I know of Dandadan. I haven't watched any of it. I know it's supposed to be really, really good. I'm doing a terrible job as this guy. I think I just got a much needed one up. Ah! I wonder what these pods are supposed to be. What the fuck, man? I just wanted to shoot it, Jesus Christ. Oh, that's what I need to be doing. It was a top button that lets you switch weapons. I was like, why am I on this flamethrower like forever? Why am I not picking up any new weapons? Because there aren't any new weapons. You have them all. Yeah, I need to get rid of these guys. So I think this particular boss is a lot easier with the buggy. You can just shoot everything from an angle. Oh, hell. Oh, hell. I think he's done with my shit. Game looks legit cool. It's a very solid shmup. Very solid. It benefits from having two distinct play styles between the buggy and the helicopter. Zero damage immunity frames and being hurt is a little rough. It is, yeah. Definitely is. Apparently there's a sequel to a game called Swiv on British Microcomputer. Honestly, chat, like, since we're talking about Disney, like, comics in general, Disney's comic books are insanely cool if you can go find the old ones. Like, I think most comic aficionados are familiar with The Life and Times of Scrooge McDuck, like an absolutely seminal work of comic books. But there were, like Disney's comics had a lot of really cool shit going on. Like the Mickey Mouse comics had like Mickey had some like fucking life and death Batman style struggles with some of his villains, most notably the Phantom Blot. The Donald Duck comic books actually dealt with some pretty interesting issues. The Scrooge McDuck ones, the Scrooge McDuck comic books were like, had some really, really cool serialized stories. Like, I get them a little confused because there's one where, like, I was talking about that Disney Adventures magazine story where Mickey goes to space and becomes like a resistance fighter. Scrooge actually does something similar. There's a serialized storyline in the Scrooge comics where he goes to the moon and discovers that the moon, like, beneath the surface of the moon, it's like solid gold. And tries to set up like a gold mining operation on the moon, but Glomgold is also there and just completely fucks it up. And then when he returns to Earth, he discovers that the Beagle Boys have like hit his empire hard in his absence. And like Magic and Dispel is involved too. Yeah, there's like this whole like 10-issue arc in the Scrooge comic where basically his entire rogues gallery just gangs up on him and fucks up his entire life. And he's got to regroup and do something about it. Oh, this is kind of neat. I'm gonna blow you all up, but it's cool. Yeah, McDuckfall. Shit! At least they let you keep all your supers. That's nice of them. Also, I just noticed they call the buggy the Jeep in the top left. I didn't realize you could do that without licensing the Jeep name. Or maybe they weren't quite as lawsuit happy back in the Back in the 90s. My understanding, the Disney comics are really popular in Europe, particularly in Italy. I'm mostly over my comics phase, but the one thing I would really legitimately love to do is collect old Disney comics, because they were so cool. Game probably wasn't on anyone's radar enough to get a lawsuit. Probably not. Probably not. Does that mean I'm doing... No! Wow! I got vaporized by that guy. Damn. And also shit. Jeep, congratulations! You earned a high score. I don't care. I don't actually care, game. Appreciate the moral support, but yeah. Follow a few IDW comics, follow a few manga. Yeah, I'm pretty much over it. There are a couple comic series that I would like to go back and collect, but it's not a real pressing thing. Actually called, let's see. Like I said, I would love to complete my run of Hellboy comics. And I'll probably do that someday, but yeah, I feel no need to do that in any kind of hurry. Zoids is getting a bunch of merch. That's interesting. Kind of getting back into Hellboy, it's a lot of, at the moment, yeah. Yeah, if you haven't been keeping up with it, it is like dozens of graphic novels to catch back up on. By the way, chat, I really suck at this game, so keep that in mind. Especially include the BPRD side. I think you kind of have to. Like, if I'm not mistaken, fuck me. Like, if I'm not mistaken, the BPRD story is actually really important. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. I just keep layering these. And now I can't get to anything. God damn it. Okay, this should... Okay, that was actually really cool. I wish I could claim that I planned that, but I'm not gonna bullshit you, chat. I'm just a giant idiot, and that worked out. Snake lasagna. Snake kiss achieved. I'm satisfied now. Oh, see, I just blocked off that entire section over there. That was so dumb. And that wasn't even what I wanted to do. The audio got crispy all of a sudden. That was weird. I hate this giving me anxiety thinking of the controls. Does take place on a plane? Does not appear to. Unless you mean like a flat plane. We had the strangest Tetris-alike I've seen. No idea what's going on. Basically, snakes eat their own kind. you wanna match up snakes by color. So solid blue, you wanna eat the solid blue one. And then they have they have their own rule for like how they settle that you just kind of have to feel out. A snake mating ball going. I don't like dildo Tetris. Oh fuck. We're up to green now. Everything's gonna come apart, chat. Oh, I think I super fucked that. Oh yeah, I turbo fucked that. Oh, and I fucked that too. And I fucked that. I can't do nothing right, chat. I am not the snake tris master. Has snakes, it reminds me a lot of the pipe screensaver. Oh yeah, I can see that. Oh, I wasn't paying attention, I was reading chat. Oh no! Oh god, Jesus. No, that was such a waste, my god. My god in heaven. Oh, I'm so bad at this game. I'm just so, I'm so bad. Oh, snakes are suffering. Okay, that actually kind of worked out. Snake tris. As opposed to a snaked tryst, which I would not want to behold personally. I did not I really didn't want that guy to go that way. Oh, that's even worse. Why does it have to be snakes? Sometimes I wonder if you're bad on purpose. No. I'm surprised you would even think that. Like, it would take a surprising amount of effort to be this bad. Oh, that was interesting. The game is trying desperately to have mercy on me. We know you hate effort. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, that's not even the right. Oh god, that's not even the right green one. There's nothing to be done about it, chat. It's over. Okay, fuck it! There's only one mode. Option restore snakes on the board, you have to clear it. Options. One player, style, grid shape. This one does not appear to have different modes, actually. It has different backgrounds, and it has different board shapes, but that's it. Maybe a friend, because I bought something on eBay. The seller and I have been talking this whole stream. Oh, that's cool. All right, sorry, I'm good. I've snacked enough snack. I'm fine with the snacking. Oh, and we're actually okay. Okay, I think that is. I think it covers the request for this page. So let's turn the page, chat. Yeah, the Game Boy version of Wild Snake might have had other modes. That might have been the one. All right. This is a momentous occasion, chat. Mark this in history. Engrave this upon your soul. Dare I say, buttress your feelings. For this is the final NES game. Not the final NES game to ever be released for the system, certainly. But this is the final NES game to be featured in Nintendo Power. There will never be another one. From 1995, the NES is a forgotten console. It is over, it is done. That book is closed. So let us all rejoice and reflect upon Wario's Woods. What combines the challenge of all the best brain-bending puzzle games with the action and excitement created by mean, menacing monsters? Wario's Woods. We're getting old, even our nostalgia now. I know. I'll be honest with you, chat. I have been thinking for a long time now how I could get more NES games on the channel. Because we did our due diligence. We went through Nintendo Power all the way to 95. We played tons of NES games out of the magazine. I fielded some special requests and stuff. But honestly, I have a special nostalgia for the NES because that was it wasn't my first gaming experience. My father had a Commodore 64 before I was born. So the first gaming I ever saw was like Commodore golf games, Airborne Ranger, cartridge games like Pole Position and Centipede and Moon Patrol. But when they got me an NES, when I was like 5 years old, like that was my system. That was the start of gaming for me. So the NES is always going to occupy a singularly important place in my life. My nostalgia for the NES is not like anything else. And, you know, it's something that I'm never fully gonna leave behind. So this is kind of a big deal for me, chat. There will be no more NES games featured in the magazine ever again. They're gone, they're over, they're done. And I don't want that. I don't want to move on from the NES. So I have been thinking for a while now, for quite some time now. I've been thinking about different ways that I could get more NES games on this channel. Thought you started with the Master System with how many games you love from that system. Get the fuck out of here. Last games coming out on NES all look to be Disney licensed properties: Jungle Book, Aladdin, and Lion King. Are there still imports or NES hacks you want to be played? Yeah. I mean, there's a huge swath of games on the Japan-only side that we've never experienced, and I'm sure a fair number of those have translations. There's a lot of NES games that we didn't touch on through the medium of the Power Hours. Not everything ended up in the magazine, chat. You know? And we still glossed over some stuff that did. So, yeah, I don't know. One challenge that always arises when we do stuff like import nights, or if I just open up a request night for a particular system or something, I am depending heavily on y'all's knowledge of the system. You know, if there are quality games or interesting games or games that are worth a look on a system that nobody in chat knows about, we're never gonna see them, you know? And don't get me wrong, y'all have a great depth of pooled knowledge, but I feel like for a system like the NES, there are going to be hidden gems that remain hidden even to y'all. So, Wheel of Shadow Band NES Power, Nintendo Power NES carts. Do like a tension wheel or something. But this is, you know, this is an ongoing thing. This is something that we can return to and brainstorm and experiment with. For now, I think our attention should be focused squarely on Wario and his wood. This is the last first-party NES release. Damn, man. End of an era. New for Nintendo comes the latest installment in the celebrated line of puzzle games with a Mario theme. Wario, Mario's evil counterpart, was first seen in Super Mario Land 2, where he attempted to take over Mario's castle. He made a bold return in Wario Land. Toad, aka the Mushroom Retainer, is the humble hero matching the evil machinations of Wario. With the variety of moves and strategies, Wario's Woods the best of Tetris, Dr. Mario, and Yoshi combined into one. I don't need all of those games. I don't need you to combine all of those games. I have an idea I can throw out there. Grab the Ultimate Nintendo NES book and then wheel which page you go to. Yeah. That's a thought. That'd be a pretty organized way to do it. Also the only NES game to be rated by the ESRB. Fascinating. That's interesting. Yeah, I hadn't considered how the ESRB's formation would line up with the rest of this. Rated M for manly. Offers a variety of game modes. There's 2-player battles, because of course there are. Some techniques. Pull monsters out. Oh, okay. Do you know Nintendo's other puzzle games? God, they hope you do. 1989 was Tetris, 1990 was Dr. Mario, 1991 was Yoshi, and then all the way and off in 1994 was Yoshi's Cookie. They had a 3-year stretch there where they just didn't know what the fuck they were doing, I guess. I noticed Tetris 2 not in this list. Even Nintendo Power wants to forget about the embarrassment that was Tetris 2. There are other... Oh god, oh Jesus. Alright, not that yet. Alright, Wario's Woods. Okay, here's a question for you. Missed opportunity to put Wario Blast down there. If I was gonna stream a full playthrough of any NES game, what would it be? What would you want to see off of this system? I've done a lot of stuff off this system, but admittedly not a ton of full playthroughs. Shit. I knocked my poor Super Nintendo controller down. That's fine. It's probably made of sterner stuff. Galaxy 5000, Sweet Home. That's an interesting one. Goblin Gaming TV. You mean one or more Zelda titles? You were around when I did Zelda 1 and 2, right? You didn't miss those, did you? Blaster Oh, fucking Blaster Master. I'm afraid you can't expect me to ever do a full playthrough of Blaster Master because I attempted that. I actually tried to do a full playthrough of Blaster Master, and the final or penultimate level of Blaster Master is total bullshit. That game falls apart so hard at the end. Astyanax, I actually did Astyanax. I did Astyanax and Faxanadu. They're both on our YouTube channel. Always using another Star Tropics or Solar Jetman run. I wouldn't argue with that. I love both those games. Kept requesting them so often, you decided to swap one in for a randomizer, and I stopped requesting because I thought you were getting sick of them. I mean, there's only so, to be fair, there's only so many times I can run through the first hour or so of something like a Zelda game, you know? And like, I've streamed a full playthrough of Zelda 1. I attempted a full playthrough of Zelda 1's second quest and burned out like in level 6 maybe? I've done a full playthrough of Zelda 2. I've done a full playthrough of the Zelda 2 ROM hack Amita's Curse. I've done multiple Zelda 1 randomizers. I don't think I've ever streamed a Zelda 2 randomizer, but they are nightmare-ish. They are absolutely hellish. Yeah, I'm not doing Zoda's Revenge. Fuck that game. The Immortal, oh my god. Perish the fucking thought. I mean, I can veto that just on the basis of Eva being excited about it. Can you do these sideways? Does that work? They Victus! Yes, you can. Cool. I win. I'm a genius. Holy shit, chat. We actually streamed this before. I'm only now remembering. Why did we stream this before? How did a preview of this show up in the magazine? Something I have personal nostalgia for would be fun. Did you do a full run of the Mac Ventures game? Yes, I did full playthroughs of Shadowgate, Deja Vu, and Uninvited. Wow, I am not very good at this game. Forgetting the name of those iconic choose your own adventure first-person games where you click the rooms and move around. Oh yeah, the Mac Ventures games, yeah. They are all-timers. I love them. Absolutely adore them. I wouldn't mind doing them again. God damn it, I fucked it up. Got you in a point and clicks. Uh-oh. All the NES games I desire you've done already. I guess I've done a fair number of them, haven't I? There we go. SNES version is completely different. That bullshit silver surfer game. No. There we go. Man, I am trash at the mechanics in this game. So someone trying to beat Plock, that game just gets more bullshit as it goes on. It gets really mean by the end of it, yeah. I think I've gotten as far as the big, like, stone guy boss. I think. It gets hard. When it comes to Wario's Woods, Otis is always stumped. played Deja Vu 2 on Game Boy Color. No, I haven't. Crystalis is an obscure favorite of mine. I love Crystalis. I did stream a full playthrough of that. Ooh, you know what we could do? Bloop. Look at these guys grooving over here. They're so cute. Pluck tank level is really mean. All right, chat. This has been Wario's Woods. It's all right. It's fine. It's its own kind of puzzle game, but it's kind of whatever. I want to do something else right now. I know, kind of an ignoble end to the NES here. End of an era, yeah, whatever. Hang on. I'm actually gonna go back to my YouTube archive, and I'm gonna tell you all. I'm gonna tell you all which NES games I've done full playthroughs of. Can I flip this? Yes, I can flip this. Okay, perfect, cool. I just figure out where I started. Okay, I've done full playthroughs of Zex's. The Super Mario, like all the Super Marios, 1 through 3. I want to see you play some Battle Chess. NES. Actually, it's gonna be really hard to find this way. It's gonna be mixed in with everything else. Unless it's super obvious. Oh, I did full playthroughs of Ninja Gaiden and Ninja Gaiden 2. I did them both in one night, which was really cool. Love the concept of battle chess. Someone saw chess and when you know, this needs more. Man, it was a while before I actually started doing the power hours. Do the Ship of Doom, the worst one of the 3? I could in theory do the Japanese version of that. The US one is unplayable. The US version of Ninja Gaiden 3 is unplayable garbage. They fucked that game up so bad. They sleep paralysis bunny. Yeah, damn, there's actually not a good way for me to go through and figure out which NES games I've done full playthroughs of. I basically just have to think of something. Did you ever complete Metroid? Yes. Actually, yeah, if you ask me if I've done something, I can find it on my YouTube channel and confirm it. As far as the Metroid series goes, yeah, I've done full playthroughs of Metroid 1, 2, and 3. I did some Super Metroid Randomizer, and I did some Super Metroid ROM hacks. Dragon Quest 3 is NES. The first 4 Dragon Quests are on NES. I have not done a single disc system game, no. That would be a thing to do. Oh, That's really interesting, Eva. Nobody gives a fuck, though. Dragon Quest or the Quest. Yeah, at this point, if I was gonna do old Dragon Quest games, I would at the very least do the Super Famicom versions. Wow, rude. Come on, Dave, you know Eva deserves it. Metroid on Famicom Disk System has a save system. That would have been really nice. That would have been really nice, in fact. Dragon Quest 3, I've been told, is very good. Dragon's Forest Superior Ports is on like DS or PS1 without an English release. Yeah, my wife actually played through the DS version of Dragon Quest 4, and I'm trying to remember if that or 5 was her favorite. I'll have to ask her tomorrow. Remind me on Monday, chat. Remind me to report back on which Dragon Quest is my wife's favorite. How about a full playthrough of Monopoly? How about you shut the fuck up? If y'all want an NES Dragon Quest, 4 would be the one. Dragon Quest 3's Wario is how I learned of Dragon Quest, which is either cool or shame. Oh, that's cool. Don't you worry none about that. But yeah, I've done all, on NES, I've done all the Marios, I've done all the Zeldas, I've done all the Metroids. Did I do? Hang on. I did all the Mac Ventures games, I did Guardian Legend, I did Star Tropics, I did Zexes. Actually, let me look at my drawer, because it's much more likely that I would have done full playthroughs of games I have physical copies of. I did RoboCop 2 under duress. I did Wizards and Warriors 2. I did Kabuki Quantum Fighter. I did Clash at Demon Head. I did Dragon Spirit. I did Faxanadu and Astyanax. I did Gradius. I technically did a full playthrough of Final Fantasy, but it was a stupid meme run, and I didn't finish the final dungeon. So that one's technically incomplete. I did Mega Man. Oh, Mega Man. I beat Mega Man 2, 3, 4, and 5. I didn't finish 1 or 6. I've played a bunch of Life Force, but I've never beaten it. I'm really bad at Life Force for some reason. I beat Monster Party. I beat Maniac Mansion. I beat Sunsoft Batman. I remember that. I did Bionic Commando. I did Bionic Commando, right? I'm pretty sure I showed you Bionic Commando. Yeah. I did Contra. I did Super C. I know it's a meme. Usually I do want to see you beat Fester's Quest. I actually wouldn't be against that. I think there's a decent version of that we could do. I think the US version's kind of busted, but I think there's another one we could do. I did not finish Wizards and Warriors 3. That would be a stretch, because Wizards and Warriors 3 has some really terrible bullshit in it. You can soft lock yourself very easily in that game. Ever since Pugsley, Fester's Quest is fine. If you go back and look at the old VODs, I spent an inordinate amount of time on Fester's Quest. I straight up do not believe that game is as bad as people say. Iron Tank. I tried to do a full playthrough of Iron Tank, and I got soft locked really late into it. One of the bosses just didn't spawn, and I was stuck. I will not crest hard bad games as I'll put forward a hard good game. Metal Storm. I did Metal Storm. Wait, I don't think I beat Metal Storm. Actually, wait a minute, did I? Hang on a second. How far did I get in Metal Storm? Hang on, I got further than that. I can only find one VOD of Metal Storm, and in this one, I only got to the end of... I got to the end of the 4th stage. I could have sworn I got further than that. Metal Gears, I'm not very interested in the Metal Gear games, personally. Karnov? Could do that. Goonies 2. Goonies 2 would be interesting. American version of Fester's Quest is annoying, not nearly as bad as people say. The main problem with the American version of Fester's Quest is that walls block shots, and because Fester basically has like a permanent wave beam, certain weapon upgrades are virtually unusable. Played it more than once, possibly before the Power Hours, because I stand the game. I don't know why I can't. I don't know why I can't find it. I'm pretty sure I got to the boss of stage 6, the one that you have to stand on while you destroy it, and I couldn't get past that. But I don't know why I can't find it on my channel. Rygar, I played Rygar. Rygar is a bit of a mess. I did do North and South, yeah. Look, straight up strategy games on console are gonna be a real stretch. That's right, I Oddish finished it. Bayou Billy sucks and I hate it. Yeah, even Chad is like, ooh, no. Ugh. Oh, since the bots just remind you all of it, if you think of any old NES games that you'd like to see again or see for the first time or see a full playthrough of, put them on the Weird Old Game sheet. That sheet is notably thin on NES games. So if any show up there, I'd be very, very likely to ball them up into an NES night. I did not beat Punch-Out. I don't think I will ever beat Punch-Out. Do you want to look up homebrew NES games? There's still NES games being released to this day. I would not be against that. It could be really interesting. I will be filling with PSP games personally. You do you, friendo. You do you. Okay, this is a neat feature. This one's pretty cool. I'm gonna cover up the names of all the contributors here so you can see the art. But a couple issues back, oh, actually a lot of issues back, in fact, because we're on volume 67. They did this in volume 62. Nintendo Power decided to have a contest for people making their own custom Super Game Boy borders. Because in the Super Game Boy, there's a bunch of pre-programmed borders, but you can also choose a mode where you can draw your own. And Nintendo Power ran a contest to see what people came up with, and these are some of the results. We plug a Game Boy in the Super Game Boy game in the Super Game Boy, an incredible transformation takes place. When a game is Super Game Boy enhanced, it may include colors or special borders that make the game even better. If the game hasn't been enhanced like most older games, it'll take a little creativity to make the Super Game Boy work to its full potential. Players can pick from several color palettes and special borders, then customize their very own borders. In Volume 62 of Nintendo Power, players had a chance to show off their talent by sending us their best custom borders. As the entries started rolling in, we found that almost every single border was a masterpiece. We didn't have room for all the winning borders, but here are a few of the standouts. Congratulations to all our winners. Okay, Arcane. Mario Paint is not on here. And I'm gonna start cracking down on you, requesting shit that is not actually in the magazine. Behave yourself. I'm getting tired of having to reject all of these. So, on the left-hand page, they got a couple for Super Mario Land 2. I really like the space, like this one. I like this one right here, the Space Zone one, because they basically stopped on this screen and then just decided to like complete the scene, which I think is really, really cool. Mario Paint will show up in the magazine again. Like, I'm certain of that. You'll have your chance in the future. Up on that side over there, there's a really cool Metroid 2 one. I really like the golf one. Like, the golf one shows up a lot. It shows off a lot of technical skill. The Star Wars one's pretty cool. Down at the bottom of this page over here, there's a Kirby one where they did the same thing. They tried to complete the scene with Wispy Woods, which is really neat. So yeah, just some really clever stuff. Also, right next to that, there's a Mega Man one, Mega Man 3 one, where they show that actually with the custom border, you can draw over the actual game space, which is a very silly thing that they let you do. There's no practical reason to do that, but yeah, they do it anyway. The Samus one is nice, yeah. I mean, look, the Super Game Boy border editor is not Mario Paint. It is like, it's a much clunkier system. You don't really have pen sizes. You have a limited assortment of colors. It is really, really hard to get this level of technical details. So all of these are frankly amazing that people managed to make them look as good as they did. It's really impressive stuff. Oh boy, chat. Time to talk about the future. The future of your eyeballs being burned out of their fucking sockets. Now, I'm gonna tell you up front, it is too early to request anything for this, okay? Is that Comic Sans? So the Virtual Boy hasn't even been christened yet. It's still the VR32. And this feature is just talking about the concepts that it will be built off of. No specific games are mentioned here, so there will be no game requests for this yet. When the Virtual Boy does make an appearance, I plan to be ready to emulate this horrible, horrible experience for all of you. No, the concept is still mono blood colored. Yeah, apparently they were pretty upfront about that. All right. Codename VR32 Unique Immersion Technology Prototype. The latest advance in high-tech video games approaching from out of the depths of human imagination. Heard the rumors, you read the press releases, announced that okay, I'm gonna skim this. I'm gonna paraphrase this because this is a fucking lot of text for an absolutely benighted system. VR64 is too advanced at the time. They had to cut it in half. They could only afford half of that. No. The VR32 is the first standalone high-tech 32-bit 3D gaming system for the mass market in the world. Expected retail price of $200 dues. It will be affordable to everyone. The only remotely comparable products are VR goggles for PCs that cost between $500 to $1,000 and still require an expensive computer to run the software. 30 years later, this has not fucking changed, chat. 30 years later, VR technology has not gotten out of that same luxury niche. How funny is that? Looking at the VR32's viewers is like entering a world out of science fiction. The sense of real 3D space is the most striking phenomenon. Don't expect the shallow depth of holograms or printed 3D effects, but a true stereo image in high resolution, red and black. Oh man, worlds in 3D, the depth of 3D image opens up worlds of possibility. God, this tiny green text is awful. Looking at VR32 worlds, kind of like looking through binoculars. The images on these pages were computer generated to give you an idea of the types of views that are possible. But as good as these images are, they can't convey the sense of actual space that you get when you play the VR32 system. People like to denigrate Nintendo's hardware choices a lot nowadays. They really did a lot of experimentation pushing the envelope back in the day. They always have. Like, it's easy to forget now, but the Switch was a huge risk. Like, the Switch itself was a giant swerve that a lot of people, myself included, denigrated. There were a lot of naysayers for the Switch before it landed and proved itself, you know? Nintendo single-handedly set off the craze of motion control in the 20-teens with the Wii, or no, earlier than that, the late aughts with the Wii. You know, they forged ahead on their own with that and were so incredibly successful that it inspired Microsoft and Sony to try and imitate them. So you managed this amazing technology, Sega. VR is still a gimmick used to part gullible people from their money. So I actually, I've always been a bit negative on VR technology, partially for personal reasons. I get motion sick, so I generally can't do much VR stuff. But I remember the CEO of the last company I worked for at the time had a really good perspective on VR, because when the Oculus and the Vive were getting popular and those companies were pushing those, people at my company were asking, you know, are we gonna do VR games? Is that something we're gonna expand to? And our CEO was like, look, like, some people are really captivated by VR. There's a lot of really interesting stuff being done in that space, but how many VR games do people play for like hours on end? You know, how many VR experiences last for a normal gaming session of like 3 to 4 hours? And he was like, none of them. Like, VR is taxing on the human body in the way that conventional gaming is not. And that is a major impediment to VR developing as completely as other gaming experiences have. So, and it's true. The few times I have done VR, you got to take a break like every hour or so. It is exhausting. You know, even if you're in decent shape, having this thing strapped to your head and processing information in admittedly a very different way than you normally do in your regular life is exhausting. Like, you just cannot game in VR the same way you can in other ways, you know? You know, I can sit down and play Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader for like 4 or 5 hours. I can get totally engrossed in that. You can't do that with a VR game. You'll fall apart. As good as these images are, they're better than anything you're gonna get on the Virtual Boy. The Switch is the evolution of the Wii U's gamepad, and isn't that interesting too? Because the Wii U was pretty roundly regarded as a flop, as a failure. And instead of like, you know, turning gun shy because of that, Nintendo refined that into the Wii. Warhammer 50k, the sequel. Respect to Sega knowing when to fold them. Sega's still around, which is more you can say for a lot of companies that era. That is very true. That is very, very, very true. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's a very easy thing for a company to transition from like a major hardware player to a purely software-driven company. But Sega managed it just fine, and they're doing great now. Most of the Virtual Boy's console is shit. The Boxing Robots game is cool. The Wario game should have gotten a GBA port when they were doing that with actual colors. You know, I have actually played a Virtual Boy a couple years ago when I took my annual trip to Japan. I met up with my friend there, not a roguelike, who pops into these streams every now and then. And we went to Akihabara and went to a whole bunch of old used game stores. Saw a lot of really cool stuff, and one of those stores had a Virtual Boy demo kiosk set up. And I got to try some shmup in it, and I will say, frankly, it was kinda neat. I didn't play it long enough to trigger any migraines or anything, but it was honestly a pretty cool experience. A lot of jokes I can make there, but I'll hold back. I appreciate that. I appreciate your mercy. Play Virtual Boy and Blockbuster had one set up on display. Like, obviously the system had a lot of problems. Obviously it was not a good idea having like a VR headset that you didn't even strap on, but you basically like set up on a tripod, stuck your face in like some kind of optometrist test. Like that was never gonna fly, right? Especially when they were marketing it like the next generation of Game Boy. It was not a portable system, not at all. But the experience itself, playing the games themselves, actually kind of cool. Actually genuinely cool. It is a real shame that it had to be monochromatic, and it was a real bad call to make it red. Like, I kind of wonder if the system might have found a little more success if they just hadn't gone with red. Not like not being a good idea has stopped anyone ever, that's for damn sure. Yeah, VR is not friendly to those who wear glasses either. Weird thing is I need glasses for VR. If I try VR with glasses, blurry as things at an actual distance. Yeah, because I mean, it's trying to simulate that, right? It's a funny thing, the way that works. All right, anyway, this feature says, games for VR 32 systems will certainly seem more realistic. Controlling a character in 3D environment is much more involving, a much more involving activity than playing 2D. Are you ready for this level of intensity? No. No, the market actually was not ready for it. And I don't think it ever was. Promise for flight and driving sims, the VR32 is awesome. Smooth animation, such. There must be a reason they went with red, lower wavelength light, because they thought it'd be easier on their eyes. Possibly. Possibly. Yeah, there was probably some science that made it seem like a good idea, but in practice, it just, no. Why VR32? It wasn't 32-bit. They are claiming as hard as they possibly can that it is a 32-bit system. So, I mean, behind here, I'll move my face cam. You can see it down in the corner here. With the power of the 32-bit processor and exceptional image resolution, the polygon craft had none of the flatness of traditional polygon images. It was smooth and full. I don't believe that for a fucking second. 16 bits for each eye. Probably 32-bit through a mashup of processors like the Jaguar 64. It's 3D and the controller has 2 D-pads, ergo 3-2. And yeah, we can't forget about blast processing. Perish the thought. Wario sees you. Wario is coming for you. Doesn't help that you're doing the downward dog, cramming your fucking neck into a little notch so you can get your eyes in place. Yeah. Certainly not comfortable. You're in the game. It puts the player into video sports. The potential for 3D sports games in the VR32 is virtually unlimited. Depth perception is a thing that exists. Judging distances and angles is critical. Other sports like golf, baseball, tennis, hockey, and driving games also require many of the same skills, but the realism of the VR32's 3D goes beyond control because it can put you into the game and immerse you in the experience of racing down court and passing off to a teammate or looking over an offensive line with 300-pound linemen for an open receiver down the field. Nintendo Power is promising a lot of shit that the system was not ever gonna fucking do. Classic views. Adventure and action games may never be the same once the depth of the VR32 demonstrates to players how much more involving 3D world is than many traditional video game views. Or not. Or nobody will give a shit. The upcoming, now this is interesting. The upcoming Ultra 64 will dazzle players with the most brilliantly rendered graphics available, but the VR32 plays another role by ushering in the era of 3D immersive gaming. Some of the earliest games will probably look similar to this picture, bringing familiar characters and styles of play to a 3D world. Actually, kind of like Mario Clash. During the development of this, when do you think they knew there was no possible way this was gonna work? I wonder, man. I wonder. Were there any RPGs for the Virtual Boy? How many games? There were not many games for the Virtual Boy. I'm gonna look up the list right now. I'm gonna look it up. List of Virtual Boy games. Only 22 games were released. Oh my god. 22 games. "3D Tetris, Galactic Pinball, Golf." Oh. Oh, no. This did come out. Innsmouth no Yakata. Assuming the role of a private detective in 1922, the player is tasked with escaping a monster-infested mansion. Okay, that's fucking cool. Jack Bros, Mario Clash, Mario's Tennis, Nestor's Funky Bowling, Panic Bomber, Red Alarm, SD Gundam Dimension War, Space Invaders, Virtual Collection, Space Squash, Tellero Boxer, V Tetris, Vertical Force, Virtual Bowling, Virtual Boy, Wario Land, Virtual Fishing, Virtual Lab, Virtual League Baseball, and Water World. The only one that could possibly be considered an RPG is SD Gundam Dimension War. It is listed as a tactical role-playing game. So TRPG. Puzzle, pinball, sports, one first-person horror game. I really want to try that now. Action, action, sports, sports, puzzle, shmup, tactical role-playing, shmup, sports, fighting, puzzle, shmup, sports, platform, fishing, puzzle, sports, shmup. So the platform is mostly sports, puzzle, and shmups. And then there was like one pinball game, one horror game, one TRPG, one fishing game. Well, obviously we're gonna have to play all of these, chat. How many were Japan only? 8, okay, 22 games total. 8 titles were exclusive to Japan. 3 titles were exclusive to North America. The other 11 were released in both regions. 3D Tetris, Nestor's Funky Bowling, and Waterworld were not released in Japan. The Innsmouth game, SD Gundam, Space Invaders, Space Squash, V Tetris, Virtual Bowling, Virtual Fishing, and Virtual Lab were not released in the West. I'm really curious about that horror game. Kind of want to play Nestor's Funky Bowling. Honestly, like if I can get it working, if I can get a Virtual Boy emulator going, and if I can get a hold of these ROMs, I will stream all of them for you. I will stream the entire Virtual Boy catalog. It's gonna take like 2 nights. Have any home emulator hackers tried to make new games for this horror show? Now that's a really good question. Are there any homebrew Virtual Boy games? I don't even think you could call that a labor of love. That'd be like labor of penance. Also be extremely red tinted. Very short Odyssey. Still better than bad. All right, let's not say things that we can't take back here. Master System deserves its share of shit, but I would say most of those games are eminently more playable than, yeah, shots fired. I love that people are still releasing physical games for Dreamcast. It's really cool. Like the whole homebrew scene is just, it's such a cool thing. Keeping these systems alive long after they stop receiving official support. All right, unveiling the VR32, Nintendo Power brings you the latest breaking news on the hottest future systems. Next month, Nintendo Power will report on the technical aspects of the system, including its unique screens, its highly specialized controller, sound system portability, and peripherals. In the months following that, will exclusively debut the initial games for the VR32. Just prior to press time, it was announced that the new VR32 system will be named Virtual Boy when it is released worldwide in April 1995. Interesting to note here, chat. The entire timeline of the Virtual Boy is so much more condensed than the N64 one. Like, we've already known about the N64 for months prior to this, right? And the N64 still isn't coming out for like an entire year. However, for the Virtual Boy, we're basically hearing about it for the first time in December of 94, and it's coming out in April of 95. That tells me that they knew up front this thing was DOA. Like, I'm pretty sure they would have spent a lot more time building it up and doing features on it if they had any hope for its success. N64 also had demos in stores, which is how I first experienced it. Yeah, they pushed the N64 way more than the Virtual Boy, and I think they knew. I think they understood what they had on their hands. Yeah. Yeah, it's being introduced by one puff piece with no actual imagery. We've had more than that for the N64 already. But yeah. Brace yourselves, chat. 95 is gonna be a hell of a year when we get to it. Oh my god! Haohmaru! What's wrong with your hair, buddy? Fucking SNK jump scare here. Let's talk about Samurai Showdown on the Game Boy, I guess. The best fighters battle it out. Samurai Showdown by Takara. Yeah. Brings the action of the arcade favorite to the Game Boy format. Smooth play control and a wide selection of fighters makes this game worth checking out, especially if you have a Super Game Boy. Make sure you got that Super Game Boy. Haohmaru. Fucking here for 95. Dude, as a Josh, I cannot wait for 95. I am so excited. Like, it's gonna be equal parts SNES library just cracking wide open and like hitting peak 90s extreme aesthetics. It's gonna be a nostalgia fucking overload. 98 will be the Nintendo Power year I'm 100% here for. Oh yeah, that's Pokemon. God, it's insane that it took until 98 for Pokemon. Like, it is wild how late in the Game Boy's life cycle that came about. Wonder how many people play the versus mode for two kids who both own this game and are connecting cables. Probably about a dozen. Yeah. Yeah, like just an absolutely vanishing minority. It's, yeah. Two-player battle, Color Samurai. Now this is kind of a shitty thing they did. They used the Super Game Boy enhanced icon here, but this game is not Super Game Boy enhanced. You have to pick your own palettes for it. Or am I misunderstanding this? Oh no, I think I'm actually wrong. I think this game is Super Game Boy enhanced. But Nintendo Power themselves is saying like, maybe you could do better yourself. Had the Sega channel, which is deep. That is a deep cut, man. I don't know many people who had the Sega channel. Probably count them on one hand. Samurai Shampoo. All right, the fighters. We got Genon, Warrior, the magical Shiranui tribe. Wait a minute. Shiranui tribe is Mai. Why does this guy look like some kind of fucking troll? Galford is an all-American hero. Oh, this is the guy with the dog. Haohmaru. Everybody knows Haohmaru. Everybody played Capcom versus SNK 2 and got their shit just handed to them by a Haohmaru player at some point. Haohmaru is fucking terrifying in Capcom vs. SNK 2. His heavy swing did like fucking 40% of your life and had just insane range. Is there another page of this? There is. Oh god. Wow, they actually got a lot of characters into this. Damn. Charlotte, Tam-Tam, Wanfu, Jubei, Earthquake, Nakaruru, Hanzo, Kyoshiro. I know a lot of these people, chat. I was never a Samurai Showdown guy, but I played a lot of SNK fighters, and there's been a fair bit of cross-pollination with Samurai Showdown and other SNK games. I know Haohmaru and Nakaruru really well. Feels more like a confession than anything. Wasn't there a Showdown that had fatalities? Yeah, the most recent one. The most recent Samurai Showdown had some pretty gruesome ones. Like the Kabuki guy, Kyoshiro. Looks like he fights with a spear, which is pretty cool. All right, let's do this. Let's show some samurais what for. Sam Show. Where are we? We are... There you are. No. We're done. We're done with this Virtual Boy bullshit for the time being. Get over it. Sticky keys. Still can't get over his hair. It's crazy, isn't it? A samurai fears nothing, struggles to triumph over evil, and lives for one purpose: to destroy all enemies. That's a terrible sentence. Ha! Swing. Okay. Great. Oh good, they tell you the name. Alright, we're gonna be Halmaro. Halmaro. I guess I can't find anyone who can amuse me here either. Will I get some of your estate? Oh my god, they're tiny! They're so itty bitty! Get him! Get him! Get him! Oh, I think he grabbed me. I think that was some kind of weird fucking grab. Oh, I grabbed him. Nice. Oh, you're being a fucker now. Yo, bro, what are you doing? Buddy. How did that combo? What the fuck? This looks like Neo Geo Pocket. Being able to translate the controls is just 2 buttons is probably the biggest challenge in GB fighting game sports. How's the play control? Not great. It is not exactly snappy. And yeah, like some of this stuff just doesn't make any sense. Got a little hitman up top. I like that guy. Whatever his projectile is that like makes me collapse and then stuns really sucks. Okay, I'm super confused how I'm like just beating the shit out of this guy. And yet he touches me like 4 or 5 times and I take way more damage than he does. Call me awesome is an understatement. Like, I don't know, is Genan like super tanky or something? Beating the shit out of this guy's kind of revision. What I mean is, like, I'm hitting this guy a lot more than he's hitting me. But everything he does seems to do a lot more damage than what I do. Which doesn't really track with what I know about these characters. Scaling for the AI, maybe? Break his fist with your face before he breaks your face with his fist. Like, yeah, look at this. Like, I've definitely hit this guy like 2 to 3 times more than he's hit me. But I'm on death's door and he's not even halfway. And now I'm stunned. So that bomb, like, I do not get this. I think I won. Well, somehow I did it. Yeah, that's what I want in a fighting game. Points. Okay, that's a pretty cool Halmaro. I like that. I've long desired to fight with you. Come now. Galford is so cute. Look at his little face. Look at his tiny dog. Ah, the dog ate me. Blarg. Time to die. I'm on Team Dog now. Yep. I don't think there's any coming back from that. One again. Hey, Poppy. Woof woof. Random, but how is the music this good on a Game Boy game? I mean, the Game Boy had a perfectly solid sound chip. There are plenty of Game Boy games that have really excellent music. It's just sometimes people didn't know what the fuck to do with it and made garbage. Mega Man 2 on Game Boy is one of the most, like, inexplicable and inexcusable things ever. Because Capcom made perfectly good music for Mega Man 1 and Mega Man 3 on Game Boy. And 2 is just all fucked up. It's easy to make garbage and restricted like this. What is the ship name trying to be? Oz? I don't know, man. It starts with an A. Way more fun to make cool shit, though. It is. Alright, Poppy wins. Waff waff. I like Chibi Galford. He's cute. How's the guy with the guitar in the background belting out this tune? Alright. Our samurai has been shown down. Alright, what else we got? There's more Wario where that came from, chat. We got Wario Blast featuring Bomberman. There's an asterisk. Where does... There's an asterisk, but it doesn't go anywhere, chat. So, what happens when Wario muscles in on the Bomberman's turf? You get a fight, that's what. Ever since Wario learned how to use a bomb, see Wario's Woods, he's been itching for a chance to use that skill. Wario Blast combines the efforts of characters of both Nintendo and Hudson Soft to create a Game Boy game with all of the excitement of the other Bomberman games, plus a few extras. For an added bonus, plug Wario Blast into a Super Game Boy. You'll not only find enhanced color graphics, but you can also use a 4-player adapter to play a challenge match against 3 of your friends. Okay, that's genuinely cool. Being able to play 4-player on one cart if you're using a Super Game Boy is pretty neat. Play a bunch of Bomberman 2 as a kid. It's a fantastic multiplayer game. Nuke your friends, kick bombs into them, watch them realize they have no way. God, I played so much Bomberman with my friends in college. Like, it was great. Wario really was the breakout character, the Urkel of Nintendo. Wario was a pretty good big hit, wasn't he? I love that Wario started as a Mario villain, became something of an anti-hero, and then went on to just be completely fucking insane in the WarioWare games. Round 1 is the normal zone. What an exciting and enticing name that is. Excuse me. Oh, it's getting late, chat. Well, let's see if we can at least get through these Game Boy games. Boss in normal zone is the Cup King. I gotta admit, doesn't sound very dangerous. Round 2 has warp zones, and you fight Top Man. So there's 8 rounds in this, in I guess what could be considered the story mode. Arrow Zone, Fire Zone, Coma Zone. The Coma Zone has gas vents that put you to sleep. Villain, anti-hero, software developer, the Circle of Life. Round 6 is the Ice Zone. Round 7 is, I don't know. And round 8 is the Power Zone. That sounds pretty cool. Alright, chat, if you want to see Wario Blast, now's your time to request it. If not, I mean, it's a Bomberman game with Wario in it. Take it or leave it, really. Feels like, just from this breakdown of it, it sounds like it has a lot of commonalities with the original Super Bomberman. Wombario Man. All right, let's do this. In chat, I will apologize for not having a Super Game Boy at the ready for this. I have a Super Game Boy, but I don't believe I have a physical copy of Wario Blast to plug into it, so. Oh my God, chill. As Josh, thank you so much for the gift subs. That is very generous of you. I appreciate that. This Wario Blast is for you, friend. Oh my God, this music is intense. Jesus, just start. Well, obviously I'm gonna play as Wario. Doot, 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 doot. Alright. Get a level with you. This is not the most inspiring or imposing that Wario has ever been. He's looking a little chunky here. Idiot. Oh no, I want those power-ups, what the fuck? Okay, so it seems like the single player is not actually a story mode, but rather a series of duels. Okay, I don't want that skull. Mostly just Wario blowing shit up. Eat shit, idiot. You win! Get wrecked! Round 1-2 versus enemy 2. Damn you, enemy 2. I've never liked you. Oh, I think that means there's 2 enemies. Actually. Damn it! Thought I had him. Gotcha, idiot! Oh, damn. Okay. He blew his own ass up. Eat bomb, asshole! Yeah, enemy 2, more like enemy blue. Bomberman who bombed he own ass, a shameful Bomberman. Yo, Fury! Thank you so much for the gift sub. Oh god, oh Jesus, oh fuck. Yeah! God damn it, this guy. Oh, gotcha. Moron. Wow, the game is so much fun. Multiplayer, blow up your friends and taunt them while you do. God, I love playing Bomberman with my friends so much. There was a board, I think it was in Super Bomberman 2, where everybody started in the middle, and around the outside was like every power-up in the game. So the first person to get to the outside would just get everything, and they'd be able to run roughshod over everybody else, unless they were stupid and blew themselves up. Oh no, that guy picked up a skull. Oh god. Lodrar, thank you so much for subscribing at tier 3. Appreciate that so much. It's so generous of you. Oh fuck, I blew myself up! You lose, moron. I have been wrecked. Hoisted by my own petard. Alright, well somebody blew himself up. Like a giant dumbass. Oh god, oh Jesus. Yeah! Oh fuck. Wow, how did nobody die from that? Yes! Yes! Better be a giant dumbass than a forgettable dumbass. You're not wrong about that. Music's pretty solid too, I gotta say. Flawless victory. Kinda has to be. Like by default. Oh god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, okay. That was almost my entire ass. Ah! Oh, Lord have mercy. Alright, cool, we're all cursed. Sucks to be everybody. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Okay. We can't do shit. Nobody can set any bombs. Oh fuck. Damn it. I hate this guy. Yes! Yes! The power. Get bombed! Oh, there's... Oh, right, the Cup King. We gotta fight the Cup King now. By our powers combined, we're a fucking elephant in a teacup? I don't know how that works, necessarily. Oh, shit! The intense... Holy shit! Dude, that was amazing! Somebody go back and screenshot that. I want to use it. Fucking Wario blowing his own ass up. Is there anything more quintessentially Wario than that? That was amazing. Wario when he dies in Gundam. Holy shit, I love it. Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Alright, was that the last Game Boy game? Or, oh no, there's the Casino Fun Pack. Casino Fun Pack combines Vibe your face. It's gambling. You can do roulette, you can do video poker, you can do slots and blackjack and craps. Oh boy, Casino. Oh boy, thank you, Ponzikar, I appreciate it. I mean, they bothered to actually make like a little casino map rather than just like a menu to choose from, so that's cool, I guess. Nothing's ever gonna beat Vegas stakes, though. Now you can lose at Vegas in your own home. Yeah, no, I'm not sure anything will ever top Vegas stakes. This certainly doesn't look like it would. Oh, this is kind of interesting. It's kind of interesting to see. Oh, interesting. It's kind of interesting to see Nintendo Power explaining gambling to children. The crap section in particular. The game of craps is very complex, so it tends to scare away most light-hearted gamblers. While it is easy to lose a lot of money quickly, craps actually has the best payoff rate of all the games in Casino Fun Pack. It can take years of practice and lots of money to perfect this game, so you better practice before going to Vegas. Chat, so not last weekend, but the weekend before, we went, my family and I, we went to Vegas for the weekend. And I don't gamble. I have zero interest in gambling. We did walk through the casinos, and I gotta tell you, if you haven't been to a casino lately, It is probably not what you're expecting. Table games are pretty much dead. Table games are like relegated to a tiny corner of the casino floor now. It is all video slots now. Everything is fucking video slots. Like, it looks like the most depressing arcade you've ever seen in your life. Went to Vegas a few months back, and I have to say, I fucking hated it. I get it. Everything about the experience was repulsive to me. It is I enjoy the spectacle of Vegas. I enjoy how gaudy and ostentatious it is. I like how big the resorts are. I like how much effort is put into the theming and style of it. There's a part of me that really likes being in Vegas, but as a Josh, I cannot agree more. Vegas really feels like a city designed to be a machine to siphon money out of you. And like everywhere you go, it is just vile. It smells bad. Yeah, it is. It's a shame, honestly, is what it is. Like, Vegas would be a really cool place to go if it wasn't so incredibly filthy. And if it wasn't so pointedly commercialized. I mean, look, it's the city of sin, right? It's the city where all your dreams can come true if you have the money for it. Like, of course it's going to be that way. It's baked into its very being. But I think the other thing is that in the year 2025 is honestly really depressing. You know, the most efficient way to siphon money out of people now is like video slots and overpriced food. Casinos do have table games in the VIP rank. No, they do. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Out of the entire casino floor, there's like a tiny corner, like 5% of the casino, that's reserved for traditional table games. And everything else is just banks and kiosks of video slots. Does the stale urine smell like Bourbon Street does? No, it reeks of weed. Everywhere you go outside in Las Vegas just fucking reeks of marijuana. At least the casinos inside are well regulated enough that they smell pretty nice, but outside it is disgusting. It is absolutely disgusting. Why would I play video slots when I have Vegas stakes? Exactly, Tradon. You get it. You understand. How far out of town do you have to go for the legal prostitution? How the fuck would I know that, Grunfodder? Come on, man. I come with a wealth of knowledge, but not in that particular arena. Might slide back in the 90s and now it just seems offensive. Yeah, everything just, I don't know. I think there's a certain degree of cynicism that comes with age. You know, I'm 42. I've had many decades of being advertised to and people trying to take my money and stuff. So there's certainly a degree of cynicism to it, but I really feel like everyone is just trying to bilk everyone else for money now. I took my kids to the movie theater for the first time in ages to see Wicked not so long ago. And I was gobsmacked at how much advertising there was. You know, we got there early and the pre-show is a whole bunch of fucking commercials. And then the lights go down and it's a whole bunch of fucking commercials. And they're like really pointed now. Like, the movie theater wants to sell you a membership that they pose as an investment in their business now. They remind you multiple times to go out and buy a bunch of overpriced food and drinks. They beat you over the head with anti-piracy stuff because they really don't want you recording the thing on your smartphone. And it felt so much more excessive and awful than when I was a kid. And then it was all capped off by the fact that Wicked is actually like part 1 of, I guess, hopefully 2 parts, but they try to hide that from you. So when they hit you with the big to be continued at the end, it feels like, well, fuck. I just went through all this for an incomplete film. Can't escape it in Vegas, though. It's 100% about wringing as much money out of you as they can. You can't buy fast food for less than like 30 bucks. I bought, for dinner one night, I bought my kids a $15 slice of pizza. Now, to be fair, the slice of pizza was like this big. It was like a cartoonishly huge piece of pizza. And they split it in half, and it was good. But that was still effectively like $7.50 a slice. My wife and I split a single sandwich that was like, I think like $13 or $14. Yeah, 15 American dollars. 15 of your Earth dollars. Strongly recommend finding a local version of the Alamo Draft House, still overpriced but really high quality, and they actually love movies. I'm sure there's still places like that here in Los Angeles. Like I like if there's gonna be like nice cozy like local movie theaters and art house places, it's gonna be around here. Apparently the director kept trying to get it to be a single film, but the studio absolutely refused. Yeah. Can't say I'm surprised. Wicked's pretty good as long as you're not getting robbed. See, I mean, we really enjoyed it. I personally have no complaints about that film. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would. My girls were the ones who really wanted to see it. I couldn't have cared less, but I walked out of there pleased with the movie, other than the fact that I felt a little bait and switched that it was a part 1. You'd be like 18 and no movie theaters are kind of a scam. It's a scam except, but even so. Friend and I got a hot dog each, a water soda bottle, and a tiny bag of chips. $42. Yeah. I've fallen asleep in a movie theater once. The Ring 2 sucked so hard. God, don't. Chat, it's too late in the evening to get me on a Ring tangent. We're not doing this, okay? I actually ran out of music, so I'm going to start over from the beginning. Sneak in food, never buy it there. My parents taught me well how to do that, so. All right, anyway, chat, Jesus Christ, it is late, and I'm not getting baited on Event Horizon either. Nice try. All right, I am closing down requests for the night. We have powered our hours. I will do you the decency of turning the page and letting you see what's coming up next. Oh, it is the Player's Pulse contest, and this one is already about Pitfall of the Mayan Adventure. We're already there, chat. We're already to the scourge that is the big Pitfall remake. Event Horizon rules. It doesn't, but it does the job being horrifying. Too bad he's wrong. End of story. I'm not taking any more questions. Thank you. Mayan Adventure. I hate that game. Everybody fucking hates it. Everybody does. What is this anyway? Go in here in Mayan Adventure. See what lurks in the jungles of the Yucatan. Explore ancient Mayan ruins. Win the game. Win a tent. Win a flashlight. Win a t-shirt. Fuck you. Who cares? All right. So. When we come back here next week, we will be on the top 20, chat. We are definitely, absolutely, 100%, no question, finishing this issue on Thursday of next week, which means that 1995 will begin 1 week from tonight on Saturday. That is the plan. The wider schedule. Tomorrow night, there is no stream. I don't stream on Sunday. It's the only night of the week I don't stream. Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, Final Fantasy VI. We are all up in the world of Ruin, and we got a lot of shit to do. Thursday, we'll be right back here on the top 20, and we'll finish out the rest of this magazine. Next Friday, I am planning on doing an itch.io bundle night. I got the bundle for California wildfire relief, and it's got a bunch of cool games. On Monday, I will give you more details about that. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it by request or just choose my own slate of games. And then next Saturday, 1 week from tonight, we will finally be starting January of 1995. And what an issue that is going to be. The January issue of every year is always a big bonus one. And spoilers, I have peeked ahead to the next one, and there is a lot to go over in that. A lot. Partially because Nintendo Power adds an important new feature to their lineup every month, which means a lot more games for us to look at, so. A lot of fun. It's been a while since I've dipped into the stream. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad everybody came out to join us tonight. It's been a good one. I've been in a super good mood tonight, partially because I've been pretty sauced, but outside of that, it's just been a really good night. There is nothing quite as cozy as doing a Nintendo Power stream. You know, I love doing full playthroughs, I love doing variety nights, but there is something very special about Nintendo Power. It's the reason I've done this for like, what, 4 years now? It's the reason I've spent the time to go through 6 years worth of this magazine, and we're not even halfway done. And we're just gonna keep on cooking. Just going to remember nothing about tonight. Just the vibe. I'll be satisfied with just the vibe. All right, chat. I'm getting rambly now. Let's go find somebody to raid. Let's go see what's going on elsewhere on Twitch. Looks like... Ooh, we have a rare opportunity. I see our friend Dave and Confused is up. Is he? Or did he just finish? Oh, he just finished. Damn. I would have loved to have rated him. He was doing Secret of Mana. So if you haven't checked out Dave and Confused channel lately, he's doing Secret of Mana. So drop by and give him some love sometime, why don't you? All right, absent Dave, we will. I think I will throw you over to... I tell you what, let's hit up Mary Ellen Katz. I feel like I haven't seen her in a while. She is doing Tarkov. And this is really the only Tarkov experience that I get, because it's not the kind of game that I play myself, but it is an interesting one to behold through the eyes and experiences of another. So, anyway, chat, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for joining me for another evening of the Power Hours, a significant chunk of December 1994. We have experienced for ourselves the final NES game to ever exist in an official capacity. We played some Game Boy games, we played some other stuff, we reminisced, we had good times. It was quality. I'm very happy that I could come and hang out with all y'all. Hopefully you had a good time, and hopefully I will see you all on Monday as we continue Final Fantasy VI into the world of ruin. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody.